Hey guys, and welcome to a new video on this channel. My name is Yvonne, and today we're talking about the chaser. From the runner and chaser in twin flames. That's a term that is often used in the community. So we're going to focus on the chaser. So this is one way of recognizing which role you are in, runner or chaser, and also to learn a little bit more about the chaser, or to find some comfort or confirmation in what I'm about to share, and to just help you get clear, as always, right? That's the goal of all of it. We just want to be clear what's going on, and that helps us to not suffer. Like, I'm not talking about twin flames here, about everything in life, right? Once we understand, it's much easier to not only cope but really be okay with it and sort of dive into it and know where we're heading, knowing where we're at, basically. So first of all, I do want to quickly go into the two words runner and chaser, because oftentimes I don't even use these two terms, because I do feel that they're not accurate, right? It gives an idea of something that isn't really truly on point. But then again, I need to, I guess, give myself a break, and the whole community, and maybe like even linguists or whatever, like humankind, a break, because our language is just very limited, and sometimes we do just refer to terms in order to make things easier and to just understand each other, right? So we can't like put 20 million little footnotes to a term and going, oh, actually it means, and it's not in that case, but in this case, and no. So we just take one word, boom, this one seems to be the best possible match for now. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't be so, detailed when it comes to words and like throw them out if I don't like them, but it's been like that so far. But I do admit that the term chaser, and this video is about the role of the chaser, does have some truth to it, right? Because there's a chasing happening. I always speak about rules, right? About two different rules on this journey, where one part of the twin flame couple has one rule, and the other person has the other rule. They're interconnected, they're inter-triggered, they're interdependent, like they belong together. But so one is chaser and the other one is runner. I just said that, sorry, I'm trying to get clear. So the chaser is the role of the one, let's say, watching this video. That's what I often say. So the role of the person who finds out, or goes on Google, finds out about twin flames, types in, oh my gosh, incredible connection, breakup, sad or desperate, help. I don't know what you have to type in order to come upon twin flames. I know it happened to me at one point, but it's been a while. So that is the one recognizing the connection, right? And by saying that, see, I'm already in trouble, because by saying that, I'm not saying the other person doesn't recognize the connection. And that's why I don't like chaser runner, because it seems as if, it was a one-sided thing where only one was aware of it and only one wants this love to blossom. And that's at the core, that's not true. But anyways, let's roll with the chaser for now. Let's roll with that term. So I want to give you 4 or 5 points that I have been observing in clients of mine and working with people regularly, and also always drawing from my own experience, right? That sort of define a chaser, like defines the person looking up twin flame material, and then hopefully, in best case scenario, putting in the work and the work to your true self, to self-awareness, healing work. It doesn't just stop with finding twin flames and then watching card readings 24/7. As you know, I'm not a fan of that at all. It is about you doing the work. And no, love doesn't require work normally, because sometimes people comment that. They're like, oh, you're saying we have to work. But actually, that's an illusion of the ego. Only ego wants you to work. Actually, love is here to just enjoy. And yeah, but if you're blocked to, oh, just enjoy it and just love, just be happy and love. How many people do you know that have no worries and no issues at all ever in love relationships? Hardly any, right? And those who pretend or who seem to not have any worries because it's all only harmony, and oftentimes underneath the surface there's no connection there. There's just both two strangers living in one house or one life, but there's not that like deep connection. There's just like sort of a living together situation. Or I don't want to like insult any relationship at all. Like every relationship is unique, but I'm just saying blocks show in romantic relationships. Blocks come up, wounds come up, because it all goes back to childhood or even past lives, if you believe in that. And it's bound to come up once you start loving someone, or you start, being romantic and involved with someone. These things come up: the insecurities, the weakness, not weaknesses, but the wounds, right? So that part involves work to eliminate these blocks, to heal the wounds, where you believe, oh, love isn't for me, or love hurts, or love lets me down, or love is dangerous, or love abuses, right? Where you have these false beliefs about love, or about men, or about women, or about all of it, or about relationships, or about yourself. All of that plays into how you experience a love relationship. And twin flames is just one special type of love relationship. It's not that you're amazing and at having love relationships all your life, and then comes the twin flame, and then it's like, boom, the thing that hits the fan. No, that's not how it goes. Usually you've been struggling with things for years, and for many relationships maybe. So your twin is just the one that makes you be fond enough of him in order to be willing to work through the stuff coming up, I feel, mostly. So anyways, I wanted to go through these points, and yes. So first thing I wrote down, I took some notes this time, is that oftentimes you guys, being the chaser, have a high awareness of your own blocks, actually, and of the self-work that is needed. And this is a compliment, guys, to all of you who feel, oh my gosh, I'm the chaser, I'm so needy. No, you have a huge strength in you, in my understanding and my experience with you guys. So you do realize it's about yourself. You do realize it's your own blocks keeping you apart. Yes, it's also his, because you share them. But if we go back to any old relationship, you can be with 10 guys, and you're most likely to have 10 times a similar experience of your blocks showing, right? If you're like afraid of being abandoned, that will show the moment he wants to go on a vacation for 2 weeks without you, or you'll be triggered and you'll be uncertain about yourself. And so you are highly aware that you need to work on yourself. And that's a really good thing. Once you pass the phase of pointing fingers at him, which like, oh, he's the bad guy, he's the one who left me home, he's the one who broke up with me, he's the one who cheated on me. Once you made that step of taking responsibility of everything that happens between the two of you, and also in your own life in general, you realize, okay, the common denominator in all of these experiences I have with guys, with men, with women, with whatever it is in your case, is me. So you focus on you. And that awareness is very beautiful, actually, I feel. That you're not afraid to take responsibility for what's happening to you and your life experience. That's something really beautiful. Okay, I'm not here to maybe I am, to make you feel better. Maybe I am. So that's the first point I put down. Then a second, common characteristics in chasers I see is that underlying desire almost, or need, no, not need, well, we'll see what the right term is once I finish my sentence, is that underlying attempt maybe to upgrade yourself through the other. So what does that mean? It means exactly what I just said. But it means that you put him on a pedestal unconsciously, right? You're not like, okay, let's get a pedestal. Where's a pedestal? Okay, here we go. So let's put John on it. John, you're just so smart. You're so amazing. You're so good looking. Oh my gosh, the way you ride those waves in the ocean, and the way I don't even know, you know what I mean. So you put him on a pedestal, and by doing that, you put yourself underneath the pedestal. And you're like, oh my gosh, if only I could be with him because he's so amazing. I'm saying he, but it goes for she, him, whatever the pronouns are by then, by the time you watch the video. Fill them in. And so you make yourself smaller and you make him way bigger. So unconsciously, you're trying to upgrade yourself. You're trying to get on the pedestal with him by being associated with him or her. And that is often very subtle. But if you're honest with yourself, and I do encourage you to be honest with yourself, because this journey is about being damn honest with yourself all the time. I know it's not always nice, but gets you someplace. So that is what I notice in many people. So the goal is, of course, to stop doing that, right? To take him off the pedestal and to put yourself on the pedestal. Yes, he can be up there with you once you got comfortable to the height and the limelight and everything that comes with it. Yes, you can both be seeing eye to eye on a pedestal. That's amazing. But as I said, this making him amazing and you wanting to be associated with him makes you not only small, but unworthy of it all. And in a normal relationship, that might work, but not in a twin flame relationship, because they're here to teach you, hey, you're not seeing your true self. You're not seeing your true greatness. And you're making yourself small, and you feel you're not worthy of me. And actually, little secret on the side, he feels the same way. He puts you in a pedestal and thinks he's not good enough. But that's going to be another video. That's going to be one on the runner. So this one is on the chaser. So that's a second point I wanted to share with you. Then there's, yes, a lot of times you guys have a high awareness also in regards to your potential, and to you have visions, right, that you have with him or her, right? You're like, the two of us would be so great at, I don't even know, having a animal farm, you know, and like bringing up all these hurt animals. We would be so amazing at that, because he's a vet and I'm a social worker and I'm an architect also, and I could plan our house where we could then live, and he could come with the vet part of it, and we could, you know, build all this community around that. So you have these visions, which is amazing, you know, that's great, that's beautiful. Also, you don't shy back from really sort of going the distance, you know, you recognize how unique this relationship and connection is, so you're willing to put in the effort and not just move on from this guy, but you're like, hey, I recognize something here. This is, you know, this is huge potential. So this is, and again, a beautiful trait. However, like with the pedestal we said before, it's oftentimes on you to first, you know, implement your side of the story, of the coin, like your side of the potential, and not wait for him. Or let's say you're I don't even know, a hair, what's the word? A hairdresser? No. Yeah, a hairdresser. And you're like, oh, he's a business consultant. Just imagine if he could help me with the whole admin part of my business that I'm struggling with. Like, just imagine, like, it would go through the roof, you know? So no, that's most likely not going to happen. You're most likely asked to find your own way, even with something that is not your specialty. But just so you start trusting yourself, believing yourself, you realize you're always supported. It doesn't have to be through him. There's the perfect people coming on into your life. There's the perfect people approaching you, also business-wise and personality-wise and inner emotional growth-wise, right? It's really on you to be really autonomous in every possible way. So it's beautiful you see the potential of the two of you combined, but it's a holding on, right? It's a grasping for the other. It's the whole chasing thing. It's the whole, I need you for me to be part of something amazing. And that's not how it goes. It's you being part of something amazing yourself, for you to harmonize completely with yourself and God, and you be in the service of God or of love, whatever you want to call it. Like, go where the universe calls you to be, in order for you to then really be mature enough for that huge love with your one true love. Okay, that was the third point. What's the fourth point? Oh yes, there's like, it all goes hand in hand, right? All these points I'm seeing. There's a certain unworthiness in most chasers, right? Or in all chasers, because it's like, yeah, I put him on a pedestal, I put us on a pedestal, I idealize the relationship, I idealize him, I idealize everything around us. All that I do because I feel unworthy. It's not as conscious a decision as I just made it sound. It's of course something subconscious, right? Or unconscious. It's something you're not aware of necessarily. So that's why I'm doing the video. So you might become aware of it and realize, oh yeah, true. By thinking all these great things I could do and be with him, I'm sort of taking that from me as if I couldn't do that on my own. So if you're there, like if you recognize yourself in what I'm saying in this point, become aware and then set out to change it. Set out to be, okay, I can do this. Yes, I trust that I'm never alone. I'm being guided perfectly, and I don't need anyone outside of me. Not that you don't need help or you can't accept help. In many ways, you're always supported. You're supposed to work with people, but it doesn't have to come through him where you project it onto, right? So the fifth point is basically, that's why I don't like the terms runner and chaser, because it gives the idea as if you were chasing and the other one is running, while in truth, you're running yourself. Because by chasing, what do? In order to keep up with the runner, you have to run as fast as the runner. How would you keep up with him otherwise? So you're just as much running. You're running, in this case, not from the other one. In truth, you are, because he's you, but you're also running from love. You're running from yourself. Because being centered in yourself, being aware of your greatness, being aware of your skills, of your qualities, living your life purpose, living the hobbies that fulfill you, having the friendships that fulfill you, that are worthy of you, having the family bonds that are healthy and powerful and strong, having a healthy connection and relationship with your kids, with your pets, with your house, with everything in your life. All that is taking place right here. And not on the track where you're running around and chasing your runner because he's so amazing, right? So if you recognize yourself in all that I shared, it's time to stop running from yourself. It's time to slow down until you come to a halt. Make the choice right now. Say I choose to stop running from myself. I'm actually exhausted from running. I don't want to run anymore. I want to stay right here with my beautiful self and discover everything there is to discover about myself, and put in place into practice everything that is in my skills and in my desires, and build every relationship from scratch if I need to in my life, every relationship in my life, because I deserve happy and fulfilling relationships. And move houses if I'm led to do that, and get that promotion and get the better job and make more money if that's what I choose for myself. So I'm willing to stop and look at all the construction sites in my life, and I stop focusing on him, running from my own issues, from my own, I don't like issues as a word, right? I call it sometimes homework. I'm not sure that's much better, or to-do list or errands you have to run, right? So you can choose to stop running and to focus on you. And that's what I want to say about the chaser, the so-called chaser. Many really amazing, great things, yet the unworthiness is in all of it, because you do project everything onto your twin flame. And in order for you to harmoniously be with them, that needs to stop, and you need to start focusing on you and feeling enough about yourself and about everything in your life. So I hope this helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, for listening. Share if you feel called to. Reach out if you feel called to work with me. We have an amazing English group we work. I also do one-on-one coaching, but mostly it's groups. So I'll be more than happy to work with you. And yeah, just reach out. It's free. My assistant will consult you and tell you all the details, and then we can connect. So until then, I'm saying much love to you. Thank you and goodbye.